Stampers, this is Karen Phillip. I'm a Stampin' Up Demonstrator and I'm pleased to show you how to make this card today. This is called a pop-up gift card holder. And this is how it opens. And the gift card pops right up and it's right here. I had also made one for in different colors. And I have that one right here. I didn't finish the sentiment yet, but another option. And then for our club members, I did do a mini version. And this is what this one looks like. It's just so fun and cute. And this pops up and the little gift card can be right there. So let's get started. The first step is to take a piece of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 11, and we will score it at 3 1/4 and 8 3/4. So it's scored lengthwise 3 3/4 and 8 3/4, and then they should fit perfectly in with each other. And these get folded to the center. The top side is the larger side. The next step is taking a piece of white, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 6. I'll have all the measurements in my blog. And this is scored at 1/2 inch and 5 inches. So it's scored here at 1/2 and at 5. First step is taking your larger piece here and putting a piece of designer paper, actually flipped open. This is going on the inside. So this will be put on the inside right here, and it will go right against the fold line. And this goes right in the center, but not over the fold line. So there's a little crease. You can see the crease, so it's right above, or right above the little fold line there. The next part I'm going to do, so that's on the inside. This piece is flipped up, and now we will put a piece of designer paper that is going in the same direction. If you have a directional piece of designer paper, that goes on the inside, or the piece that's flapped up. So put that on. And that just gets centered on the piece, on that little flapped up piece. So this is how that looks. And we'll set that aside for a moment. Then we will take our piece of white that is scored at 1/2 inch and 1 inch or 5 inches, and we will put the 1/2 inch side scored and move that to the back, and the 1 inch side will be scored up. We will put adhesive on the side, the 1/2 inch side, and we want to use tear and tape, or either tear and tape or the Seal Plus, because you need it to be a sturdy piece of tape going on there. So this is just on the, where is it now? You can see it's just on this edge right here. The light's not hitting it right. Okay, then we will take our piece of, our long piece, and we will take our, this is the adhesive side, flip it over, and on this long side we will put it even with the score line, well, right above, right even with the designer paper that's right there. So this is going to be out this way, and then when we fold it down, your designer paper will be on this top flap. So this is up, so it's even with your score line here. There, now you can see it. So it's even with the score line. And this is folded down, and that will give us our mechanism for the pop-up part. Next we will take this 1-inch piece and fold it up, and I have a piece of, this is embossed, it doesn't have to be embossed, but I wanted it to be a little interesting, of cardstock, and this is 2.5 by 3 3/4. So we will be putting adhesive along these two edges. So I'm just doing 2 rows of adhesive, one on the top of the little square thing and one on the bottom. So it's like, there we go, I can kind of see it. So right here, this has got adhesive on it. Then this embossed piece, or just plain cardstock, will go even with the bottom edge. Hard to explain. Alright, so this is going right on that score line, like so. Okay, there we go. It's easier when it's flat, but I wanted to show you. Okay, so now this is how this is going. So this piece has the folded side there, and when you fold it up, none of the white shows, or should show. Next, I'm going to put a little adhesive on the sides, and again, I'm using my Seal Plus. I've noticed that some of my other cards that I didn't do Seal Plus have come apart. And I'm just putting that up to the score line so that we're creating a pocket. So now we have a pocket, and you can see that this now is a pocket. I took a piece of, this is a piece of silver foil. It's just a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4, or not even a 1/2 inch. It's only 1/4 inch by 3 3/4, and I'm putting a little adhesive on that and just setting it like so, just for a little interest. Not necessary to put. Okay, now we're folding up this bottom piece like so over the top of our little pocket, and then we will take a piece of ribbon 14 inches long, because it's 3 times this width, which is 4 1/4, and I added about 1 inch more. So we will wrap that around, tie a knot, and I'm just tying the knot, and to make it so that it's a nice knot, the part that goes up, you'll take this piece, bring it down over your finger, underneath, and through the other side. You need 20 fingers for 1 finger. And now we have a nice knot. And that's how basically the mechanism of this whole card is. So when you push it down and then pull it back up again, it pulls up the gift card holder. To finish decorating it, we will take a piece of, you could do a full piece of designer paper, but I needed to conserve on paper, so I just did a 1-inch piece by 3 3/4, and that goes across the top. And the reason why I only did 1 inch, because and this needs to be 1/4 inch all the way around here. And then using the scallop contour dies, this particular die is 3 3/4, and so it fits very nicely in here, and it's the same width. So that sort of determined my measurements as well. Now we will stamp our sentiment. I'm doing this, it says, wishing you joy and happiness this coming year. I'm stamping it in basic gray. And I'll just put that in the center here. First shot, not bad. Okay, now I'm putting some dimensionals on the back of this, so that, and I'm using the larger dimensionals, and I'm putting some on the top of the scalloped rectangle, and then I'm putting some this is going to extend over this edge, so I'm going to put 3 across the bottom of the card itself. That way you know that it won't extend off the, there we go. So take these off. And then we have our sentiment right here. We'll take those off. This is the hardest part. Okay, now when you line this up, you want to line it up so that the bottom of the scallop part, this little bottom part of the scallop, just gets covered up, or you're covering up the green or the designer paper, or yeah, you're just covering up the designer paper just a little bit, and then you'll have a little bit of an extension on the bottom here. So you can see it extends off about 3/8 of an inch. And then to close this, I took a tree. You could use anything, a circle or whatever. And again, I'm using my larger glue dot dimensionals, and I'm putting it toward the bottom of the tree. So I'm putting it toward the bottom and really close to that one. I found that one may or may not be enough. So I'm just using 2, but you don't want to cover up here because then you won't be able to open your card. So take those off. And that just goes right over the ribbon, and you want to make sure that your dimensional is not touching the white, and then now that's a closure so that it stays closed, and you lift it up and you have your gift card holder. And to close this up, you simply go underneath all of the layers. It closes up like that. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope you enjoy making one. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.